Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a basic interpreter written in Swift. We've come a long way. We've got most of the language in place. We're working on a piece that's the stop statement, which is a sort of breakpoint. And stop wouldn't be useful without continue, so we have to provide continue in our environment. And we left off there yesterday. All right. So let's find that thing. Here's the button. Okay. Yeah, so we have a continue button, and we only want to enable it when we're stopped. Okay. Now we modified the REPL to kind of reflect that. Let's see. Yeah, so here we whenever we do something with the interpreter that lets it change, we reflect that change. Okay, and I'm making sure we even initially reflect where the interpreter starts. Okay, so we keep track of the stopped status of the interpreter. Stopped is true when the stop statement is executed and it returns. All right, and after you do a run, you need to look up that status. If you do a continue, you need to look up that status. We had some confusion about making sure it was being caught, but yeah, it's tracked. Okay. And I was going to write a test, but I think I'm going to let the code here drive it. All right. So the reason we want to know the status is because we'd like the button to only, at least only be active when the code is stopped. Okay. And I tried variations of enabled and so on, but doing my research after our show yesterday, it's actually disabled. Okay. And if you can certainly put a constant in there. So let's just run it and see what it looks like. Whoops. Button has no member. Disabled. Oh, disabled. Disabled. Okay, let's try that again. What do I know? Type annotation missing. Stopped of Boolean. Made that little mistake before. I'm going to have to watch that one. All right, so that's a plausible look for it. You have a kind of a conflict. Like, should you show the button always or not? And I think in a way it's nicer if you always show it, but sometimes it's disabled, because then your sort of memory of what things look like, there's a button, it's there, you can see it, rather than you're like, I know there's a way to get this button to show up, but I don't know what it is, or you don't realize it's ever going to exist or anything. All right. So let me just tweak a little bit while we're here. I think the uppercase, it's very old school, but I think lowercase would look better. All right. Oops. Okay. And the other thing is, when you stop and you're in the output, there's no indication that you should keep going. I think our buttons should maybe be on the bottom of every screen. So let's make that happen. They're in this horizontal stack. Okay. And we're pulling it from code view down to the main body. So variable view, let's put it in and then extract it. So we don't want it in a tab view. That's body. Okay. Let's make a VStack here. And I think we'll just say button view and indent this. make sure that all runs still. Okay, we'll give it some padding. I think that'll do for now. All right, and let's make sure tests run and check that in since we did some simple changes we want to keep. Visible in all views. Okay, now this disabled. Obviously, we don't want this to be true all the time. We want it to depend on the REPL. And I think I know what we did wrong here. We just had it as a plain old variable. We didn't mark it observable, even though it publishes that state. So let's do this. And then I think we can say disabled when not REPL stopped. Okay, I realize that's like weird double logic, right? But if it were stopped, we want to enable it. And so we have a not and a disabled. So it's a not and flips. I don't know why the disabled, I don't know. It feels like backwards logic to me, but okay. So let's see if this works. Okay, so let's put in a stop statement. And then if we run this, we should pop over to the output tab and the continue button should be lit up. Yeah, okay. And if we continue, it should go gray and finish. Okay. Now, all right, so why I couldn't do that in the last 60 seconds of last show, I don't know. Okay, so make continue button depend on REPL.stopped. Now that makes me think, I don't know if we want to do it right now. Let's see, REPL.stopped. Okay. I don't think that's quite a thing. The continue is what we're doing. Okay. It makes me think like we got that run button. Should the run button disable? I think maybe so. It should disable until, well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, let's take what we got. This is number 35. Continue button shows when interpreter is stopped. Okay. Now, yeah, so when you're stopped, all you can do, you can go back and edit code, or you can, we'd like to show the variables. So let's focus on that next. Oh, I saw this. Let's take this little easy one while we're doing it. List. If I look for who uses this, we don't have a list function anymore. We don't have a list button. We just automatically list it. And the sorted by is implicit in the drawing code, so we don't even worry about the order. Good. Okay. 2 easy wins in 10 minutes. That's the way it's supposed to go. Our list of not done things is getting much shorter. Okay. Now variable display. So let's go back here. Okay. The other thing I'm thinking here, I don't know, too many ideas. I wonder if it would be just a touch nicer to show the output first. I don't know. Maybe that's, or maybe I want to swap the order. Okay, so swapping the order tells me this tag number stuff is not good. Now, I know there's a way to do this in Swift. Swift integer enum. Yeah, I know you can give them a default value. Like here, they're just standalone constants, but somewhere you can. I think you maybe you subset subclass integer. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. So right now we have these tags somewhere. Okay, so selected tab. I want that to be of an enum type. So let's make a little enum. Enum tab of int. Okay, and then let's do code equals 1 variable output. Okay, and then in our tabs down here, tag should be code output and variable. Oh, it's a dot code. Hashable. No. How do we access these? Okay. Just say dot raw value. Okay, we'll do it. How do they do it again? Dot raw value, yeah. I call it tag, right? Tab. And enum. Oh, I gotta say case. I messed up all over. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. And then selected tab equals, well, we want tab dot, we'd like output. Okay. And then selected tab, let's move this up. Selected tab should be equal to tab.code. Okay. See if that all hangs together. Good. Now I want to swap output and variables. Run view can come after variable view. Or run it should jump over to output. That did not happen. It did not run. Wait a minute. Okay, if I hit run, why did my tab not select? Selected tab dot raw value. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I don't. Let's see. If I make this hashable, is that going to be enough? Selected tab.code. Make that the same. That comes off. That comes off. I may not be able to do this. Yeah, nice. Okay, good. All right. Chain, well. Okay. Right. To do variable display. All right, so let's look at interpreter. When we talk about the variable display, we are talking about globals, the store. And there's globals. Okay. It's got a lot of stuff in it already. Maybe we don't want to see all that stuff. Okay. Let's do something very minimal, like we did for program. The code view, we just took program.program, we sorted it, and showed it. Program.program is this. Okay, so let's try the same thing here. Well, I've got this non-working go to bottom thing. All right, let's take that much. Okay, so code view, run view, variable view, and embrace. Okay, so instead of program.program, we would like to look at interpreter dot store or dot globals. I think we want to do something similar to what we did with REPL. So the stopped is, I'm sort of using REPL. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a view model exactly, but it's there's sort of the true model. The interpreter has all the real scoop on what's going on. The REPL is making sure enough of that is visible at the right moments that it can show them. Okay, so I think what we're going to say is let's say the REPL should know. I think after you execute it, the REPL should know the REPL should know the variables. Okay, so let's make a test. Well, do we even care about run? We really care about stop. Well, maybe we like run as well. It would be kind of a, well, it'd be nice to be able to look at them. Okay. So let's make a REPL. This is all kind of getting there. Okay. We'll make a REPL. We'll put in 10 x equals 12. We'll do a do run. And then we expect to say, REPL sub x equals, Does it need to map them to strings? Well, they're values. So they, let's see. Is that true? Stores name to value. So let's look at value. Okay. Got equals, got the values. I guess I'm going to say value number. It should equal value dot number of 12. Okay. Now REPL doesn't have an accessor like this already, so well, let's make it REPL dot store sub x. Okay. Has no member store. That's correct. Okay, so we're going to publish one. It is of name to value. Starts out empty. Okay. This should fail. Okay, comes back nil. All right. And what we want to make happen is after run, we're going to catch up this state too. Store equals interpreter dot store. Okay. Interpreter has no member store. Globals. Okay. I'm going to do a similar test after a stop. Okay, x equals 12, new line, 20 stop. Okay, so we do a run. Let's play with the types just to make sure there's a little variation here. Okay. Nil. Oh. You gotta use the same name twice. I still don't know if it'll work, but okay. Yes, that one should be fine. All right, and then after continue, continue. So we do a run and we do a continue. And let's go back to numbers. X9, number 99. Okay. This one I expect to fail. Okay, how do I make it fail? Let's add another line. Because the run already caught the first one, but the second one I don't think is going to get caught. Okay, yeah. And the reason is interpreter REPL. We don't do this. Okay. And you can see me cutting and pasting, so right away you should be like, oh, something's going on. Okay. So let's add that. Oops. Okay. And I think what it is these two lines, they have a purpose. And uh, let's say update. I don't know. I call them shadow variables because they're sort of I think of them like a light projecting, and it's a bit of a shadow that lets some things shine through and give us, kind of a projection of a bigger object. Um, I could imagine this set might grow. Um, but let's pull it out here. Update shadow variables. Okay. Um, yeah. I don't know if I can call that up here too. No. Now, the part I don't like here. um, all right, well, we'll see it happen when it's time. Okay. Right. Let's commit this. Um, okay, so now we have this store and we have our content view. So instead of program.program, we want REPL.store. Name value element key string. Why is this different? This one mapped to int line, right? Program int to string. Well, let's leave off this part for now. Form to random access collection. Store. Value conforms to string protocol. Yeah, that's a little bit, that one I understand. This one, name to value corresponds to random access collection. What do I just say sorted? Cannot expects one argument, but two were used in closure body. It's like it doesn't realize REPL.store is a a dictionary. Okay, let's. And maybe it's not iterable. I mean, I guess its key is hashable. And our key is string, so that should be fine. Iterating over. Okay, we could do a for loop. I mean, is that enough? I don't know if we can do that for loop here. Yeah. Cannot be used with builder. Returns, oh, it does return a list of pairs. Sorted using comparators. I think maybe that's okay. Well, this seems very sort by greater. Oh, he's not sorting the keys. Iterating. Well, maybe it's a buy. key name, key value. Okay, I think that's okay. So it's got key name, key value. We're just sorting on the keys. And value, well, how do we print a value? Format. And this is the piece we really want. Basic format. Okay, so I think what I'm convincing myself is this stuff is maybe belongs on value. I don't like being read so long, but let's give value this function. Okay. Okay, switch self. And back to interpreter. I think we want to say return value.format. And basic format we're going to have to move over to. Okay, let's make sure everybody's okay with this. And I think maybe we can do that. No. Okay, so we're going to uncomment this for a minute. Okay, so we're formatting over to value. And let's figure out what's going on that we have to do that. Where's that format? Was it string dollar? basic format $0. Let's have it build up a value and then just convert it. Okay, so it's a number to string. And that first argument is, okay, let's do value dot number $0 dot format. Okay. Now we can get rid of basic format in here. I think I had more dead code, right? Comment it out. Okay. I won't be specific. All right, our content view now. This test, we definitely don't want that. Let's put text of key. And then colon and text of value dot format. Okay. And let's just see what we got. Variables. Okay, those texts need to be in an age stack. But what you may have noticed was it had all the functions. And I don't know about you, but I pretty much don't want to see it. I think we just want to show the variables. And I'm curious what array does. It just says array of value. Okay. right. Well, let's run and see what we get. Okay, so let's add some code. 10 a equals 42. Insert that, run that, and then the variables a42 is in there. That's a good thing. Now I would love something a little more grid-like. I'm not quite sure how you get that. I think there is a grid view now. Maybe it was just added. I'm not sure. iOS 14. I don't know what we're running. Well, we're not running iOS anything. Okay. QGrid splits grids. Build yourself with VStack or HStack. Okay. Well, I don't know that that's available to us. I think there is a collection view. It was already there, maybe. Well, this one's a year old, so grid item. Well, we can try something like that. Just iterate. I guess you're doing a for each just like before. I don't think we have to have sections. Well, let's just see if there's even a V grid. I don't think we care about lazy too much, but well, if that's what you got to do. Okay. We define this above. In our case, the columns are going to be a little different. That other example was probably a little better there. Fixed 100 spacing. Yeah, that's the kind of thing we want. Okay, this one's more like 10. Okay. see what we get. Then in there, for each grid cell item, copy these out for a minute. Cannot find grid cell in scope. I think my braces are off. That's the for each. Grid cell. Grid item. Maybe it doesn't need the grid cell thing. Maybe I just do this. Let's see. Oh, that's promising. Okay, whoops. Maybe 100 isn't much space. I don't know. Like, what's going to make these look the best? Leading alignment, does that sound right? I can't tell how much is there. But oh, wait, there. I think Change one thing at a time. Better for sure. My spacing is apparently not doing anything. Let's see if this may be the whole thing. Yeah. Well, I didn't mind the centering of the whole table. This is still more space than I'd like and not enough space that I want. Why am I not getting any space here? Okay, that's more like it. All right, well, it's coming along, I will say. I guess I'm inclined to put a little more space even here. And maybe I gotta look up grid item and see what these things really mean, because I'm not sure I'm quite getting it. Grid item, Swift UI. Spacing to the next item. Okay. This looks like it's even optional. Let's just take it out and see how it looks if I don't bother specifying it. That looks perfectly fine to me. Okay, let's take a break. So, well, I think what we have is minimally acceptable. We'll come back, we'll run that maze program and see how it looks. The other thing I might want to do is filter out functions. And I would like arrays to be fancier too, come to that. I just don't know how much to devote to it, you know? I was imagining some sort of little blip, you know, little widgety thing next to the value of an array that I could click and see the contents on an inner window or something like that. Okay, but let's commit this. Add variable view. And we'll just take about 3 minutes. See you then. Hey, welcome back. All right, so let's take our amazing program and we will run it. Now, we have to do a slight edit. We still don't have an input statement, so line 100 needs some work. 100, we'll just make h equal 12 and v equals 10. And I think we did tab and we did dim, so I think we're okay. Yeah, there's that. Okay. Now let's see the variables. Yes, it's completely annoying to have the functions in there. Okay, it's completely useless to have the arrays like this. Gosh. Yeah, if I just had those variables, that would be nicer. Okay, so let's see what we got to do. And I don't know. It's starting to feel like we're doing a little more work in the content view than I want to do in a content view. Let's do REPL dot store dot sorted. The for each is that key value in. Okay. Can we filter? So I want to include, well, I really don't want to include functions. Even user functions would be okay-ish because you don't create that many. I guess if it's not function, we're okay. So let's do that. Filter. Returns a new dictionary containing the key values that satisfy. Okay. Is it like reject? I thought there was a negative filter. Is included key name returns a row of key names. Okay. So key name goes in I don't mind the $1, $0, $1 stuff, I don't think. Okay. So we want to say $1. We get its name and value. So we want to say $1 not equal to dot function. Is that legal like that? It's so, yeah, expect argument. Okay, well, we can do like this. this. Member function expects argument of type. Let me just try that. Promising. Okay. 10x equals 12. Run that. Variables. Oof. Everybody's gonna make false. That doesn't make sense. Code. Oh, did I insert it? No. Run that. Variables. X is 12. Okay. I don't know. Let's push that over to value. We had some, yeah, like as string as float. Let's say is function. And let's pull this in. Yeah, I think that's legit. Okay. And we'll use that here. Filter is function, but we want the opposite. We want not $1 is function. Okay, so we want to keep the ones that are not functions. Well, did I get my logic backwards? Sure enough. Okay. All right. Then I'm kind of okay to do something on the array side as well. You could ask for better formatting, I will say. Let's just see if there's a way to put boxes around them or something like that. Border. Oh, well, that's got something. Oh, that's... maybe flexible would be a better choice. No, he's getting a border by not having a border, basically, by drawing the backgrounds. Okay, well, it's an interesting article, but... It's clear I could do better with this thing. um, maybe I should just give them a color. Let's try something like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, border color dot gray on the lazy grid itself. Okay. Not quite what I had in mind. No, don't think that changes my point of view. All right, let it go. All right, more interesting to me is the arrays. I want to do... If it is an array, I want to have a little like eyeball or magnifying glass or some little icon that tells me, hey, click on this and you can see the array. So let's... I guess it's a button. And let's see our other buttons. Anything fancy? Button name and action. I want to do a button with an icon, I guess. So I have to say system name somewhere in it. I remember that much. Button action image. Okay, that's a little different. Button action. And this is image system name. Well, I know I is I. Dot disabled? No, actually I want this one. I do want to disappear, and I remember the way you do this is just goofy, but if it's an array, pass D1 else 0, I think is the way we do this. All right, let's comment that part out for now, and let's just see if we get our button. Should be empty, and then we hit run, and the variable should have okay. That's really an ugly it's not on the right line. Part of the problem is, well, let's do this. No, let's not do that. Let's do an H deck here. Okay, well that's a little better. I don't know if I can do a text. Is that legit? Apparently not. Build failed, but we don't want to tell you what. There we go. Extraneous label name. Okay. It's got to be image. Ugh. Maybe putting it in the button is the mistake for now. That's definitely more tolerable. Okay, let's take this out. Oh, and let's try this bit. An is array is not really defined yet. But I'm imagining we would put something like that here. Oh. Optional type double must be unwrapped. What's optional about it? Oh. Okay. So now I'm expecting this I to only show up for arrays. And I'm kind of worrying if my logic is intruding in. I don't know if you'd say it is or not. Okay, and the variables. Interesting. Okay, I definitely want this gone. But it's still present. All right, let's swap the order. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's an improvement. The opacity thing worked more or less the way we'd expect. Erase the value. I don't know if that's the best thing to put out here. Let's see. Arrays. This is the dimensions. And these are the values. Where's the type? I would like to display these values in my string. Down here, right? Let's do that. No value tests, really. I'll order these a little bit. Let's parser, interpreter. Okay. And I think I'll kind of move these extensions up top and then the tests. All right, but we don't have a value test, oddly. Huh. A lot of stuff is migrated in there, but we haven't been testing it directly. Okay, let's do this one. This is value tests. Okay. Well, what would we like to see? Let's test the formats first. I expect that value of number 27.5. Let's format numbers. I expect that will be, we put spaces before and after, I think. Yep. Okay. Okay, so I expect that one, and then I expect if you just did 35, it would come out as 35. Okay, that should pass. Yep. Build failed, and there we go. Value versus string. Oh, dot format. Oh yeah, we got all the zeros. I'm going to call this format others. I think. And then function. I think it's the type of the result of the result, I think. In any case, dot number dot format should be user defined function. Skipping value. Array of, oh, it's a function from values to value. I'm just putting a little closure function in there. All right. These should pass unless I've been stupid somewhere. Yeah. User function. String of hello should be hello, I think. Yep, string is itself. Okay. And then array. This is an array of ints, 1, 2. And I don't remember what the third argument is, or the next argument is. Okay, I'm moving this one down. It might have made sense to have it up top when it was the only function, but all right, array of int and array of values. Right, that's okay. That's got to match up to those sizes. And well, it's array repeating number 3 2 times 3 6 times. Remember, we got to account for the zeros as well as the max int. So dimension of size 1 has 2 values. Dimension of size 2 has 3 values because 0, 1 or 0, 1, 2. Missing argument for parameter. Value.array. Okay. Close the value. And we want to compare it to, we expect it to be erase of value. Dot format. see if I can extract this as a local variable. Hey, I can. Okay. And format array and value. And where's format? Array lowercase. Okay. I expect these to pass. Sure, yeah. Oops. All right, so test formatting of values. Backfilling some tests there. They're probably mostly tested in the print statement stuff, but it will be okay here. Okay, so now, well, I think I want to at least, I think I'd like it to be this. Okay. And really, I'd like the type, and we don't seem to be bringing that along. Let's get this working, and then we'll see. Okay, good. Now in here, the array is the indexes, and we'll ignore the values for the moment. All right, and this is, well, we want let in well, okay, I'm just gonna say temp for now. Temp, we're gonna take indexes. We're going to map them to strings. Map string $0. There may be a better way to do that. And then we're going to join with separator, comma. And instead of value there, we're going to put temp. And see that that should pass. Oops. Temp was never used. I guess I need to do this more like this. Leave off parens. Oh, that's why I got myself balled up. Okay, let's try again. All right, commit that. All right, and then Well, I would like this type on the array, and I don't think we have it. So up here, array of int, we put values in, but we don't tell you whether they're numbers or strings. And we have a type class, or really you can't find it. Extension type. Oh, I've left off my quotes. Maybe that messed it up. Yeah, that was probably not good. It's funny, it picks it up some places. Okay, this should be quote. Now I can find it. Interesting. We thought about doing it, but we never did. I mean, maybe our code doesn't really care too much. So the reason it doesn't care. Okay, let's go to the parser. Assign. Sorry, let's go down to variable. Okay, so it knows the type string or number if it's not a left paren. If it is a left paren, it builds up those values, and array access has the type. Either, where did type come from? Type is either string or number. Okay, so it knows the array access. It's not in the value is the thing. Okay, so array access knows the type. I think our array value should know it as well. So let's find the dim. Dim. Okay. So we create a dim of result, and then in the interpreter, well, there's dim for each of these. Okay, dim infos for each. Okay, if it's already existing, blow up. Run through each dim, okay, and do a do dim on it. And it knows the type. What does it do with it? Well, it does nothing with it. All right, so we could track it here, and I think we should track it here. Let me make sure I'm not. Type. Oh, type.default value. Okay, so it does know them. All right, let's add the type into the array declaration. Okay, so I'm going to say values should be explicit about their array type. Okay, in our type, I'm going to delete this code because we're not using it. You could make a case that there's the type of an array is array of foo, and we're just storing the foo part of that in our type. I think that's okay. Now this should blow up, not compile, because the number of places will not provide a value. Okay. This is value. So our two arrays equal, well, if they have the same contents, yes, then we should have the same type too. Okay. Pattern array fix true. We don't have to say that here, I don't think. Let's check this one too. Okay, indexes. This is format. Okay. Right now we're ignoring the type. So that's okay. Interpreter tests. The type of this should be dot number. Type of this one should be dot number. Oh, hey, Napfine. I don't know how long ago you said that, but welcome. We're building a basic interpreter. We got about 95% of the statements done, and we're working on the runtime display of it, in particular variables, the variable view when you're debugging it. Hit a breakpoint. Okay. And I'm adding this new type in to say that arrays know their defined type. Array repeating, and then the value, the type is number. Value array that comma dot number expected, and these are numbers. All right, so test should pass. Oh, we're still finding errors. Ugh. Okay, let dimensions, let values. Well, if we don't need the type, This is accessing it, yeah. Okay. And again, we don't need the type. Mostly we shouldn't. I mean, it's all been type checked, so array dimensions. Oh, well, we do need it then. Okay, so that type. And here's that type that got me suspicious that we weren't using it. Okay. Type. See if that's everything. All right, I'm going to grab a quick drink while that runs. All right, welcome back. Let's see. So tests all passed. That's good. So we'll add explicit type to array values. And then when we, well, given that, I want to show it when I'm doing a format of them. Okay, so value tests. The format array now, I would like to, let's put dot number. I think I can use the name like that. And this test should fail. Okay. And we are just formatting it with the, we don't look at the type. Okay, and we don't care about the values, but the type we do care. And then I think the enum will just include it. It might or might not have the dot, and we'll just see there. Okay, so run this again. It does take the dot off. Okay, I'm perfectly happy with that. Okay. And yeah, run that. So this is format numeric array, and we want to do a string array. Which are really the only two kinds you can have in the way we've set things up. Okay, 1, 2, count 6. Type is string. Okay. Good. All right. And let's see what that's doing for us. Okay, so if I dim $1 with 10 things in it, and B with 2, 3, 5, and let's make an assignment, y equals 22, x9 equals 12. Just making noise, really, just to get some variables in there. Okay, the array of size 11, 3, 4, 6, interesting. Do we want the numbers like that, or do we want them like the other way? I think we really want them the other way. We'd like to see the numbers that you put in. And we want that clickable, which we probably won't get today. Array 346. Yeah, I would rather see 235 there. Okay, let's. Oh, the value array. Interesting. Okay. Let's say I would really. Let me change the example. Okay, if this is 2, 3, then there are 3 times 4, 12 values. Okay, and I would like this to say 1, 2. Okay, because the 2, 3 is the actual dimensions, but when you talk about it in the basic terms, it always talks about the maximum dimension being that. So I think we're going to, we'll do the same thing here, a little bit different, but 12. I'd like the numbers here to reflect the ones that we used. Okay, so back in our code, we said A10, B235. I'd like to see those same numbers here, trusting my users to make sense of that. That the sizes match what they typed. Okay. So these 2 tests will now fail. I don't think it's wrong per se. I think it's just a question of matching expectations. Okay. Why did you pass? Oh, it should be 2, 1. That one should fail too. Okay, and now in value array, let's subtract off that 1 before we add it in. Okay. All right, and then we'll run it. And I'll do something similar. Dim $10 B532. And I want to see those same numbers when I run A10 B532. Good, 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 good. Okay, now I think it's that the I is the thing we got to do. Oh, you know what? I think that grid flexibility thing actually would work for us, wouldn't it? Content view. Where's that grid? Okay. I think this should be flexible. And this could be flexible. Because what it said it did was it went through all the columns and figured out what the right size was. Yes, I did. Okay, let's run this again. Not quite what I expected. That's not it. Well, where's our other window? Okay, so really go by my history. I've been all over the place. This was about buttons. This one might have been it. Adaptive. Well, it tries to fill the space. See, I'd like the first column to be as wide as the widest thing in it. And then the second one to be some of the row heights. Oh, okay. Take the grid's width, take the sum of all the fixed columns, subtract off any spacing, divided by the number of columns. Yeah, it's not quite what I want. Let's go back to fixed. Let's make it smaller. Let's see how I like it. It's really still too big. The normal range of these is 1 to 3 characters. Only if you get the functions do you get the big stuff in there. Let's cut it down even more. That's kind of barely acceptable. But barely acceptable is acceptable. Okay. If I had these in with borders and in more of a table, or even just like little light rulers underneath them, I'd feel better. I could leave off that colon. Okay, now this eye, let's see what we can do there. I don't know. I don't want to spend, I want to move on tomorrow. For what it's worth. But maybe we can just do something. Okay, so I think I can put on click on tab. Excuse me. Let's just say tapped value key. Let's just say tapped key. Excuse me. And I just want to see some output when I tap it. Whoops. Oh, that didn't do what I thought. There it is. Tapped B. Okay. All right. So I want to, this notion of a sheet, I think is what they call it. Presenting sheets. Okay, so you have this that tells whether to show it or not. And that's kind of what we got going here. Where when they press, they do the tap there. We want to set this show sheet true, and then in the sheet we put all the stuff. Okay, so we'll need this kind of thing. Content view. Let's call it the array contents is false. And then I guess that's on here. $show array contents. Make sure we can still see that. And then this is true. Okay. Now I think it resets the value. 3 provided by iOS requires no effort. Drag it to the bottom. And then we can add a dismiss button. Okay, I don't need to worry about that one. I think this is all it takes. Okay, if we look at this, and if I tap this, hello world from B. Now the sheet is really okay. But I can I know it's an array. I can dig out its indexing and values and show them. But it's a moderately, it's a bit of a job. All right, so let's let's make an array contents method. And I'm just going to pass the key in, and we'll see what else we need. Okay. Array contents. The key is the name of the variable and the value. I guess we need the value as well. All right. And then array contents. Key is a name. Value is a value. Okay. And somebody's still not happy. No exact matches in independent interpolation. No, it really doesn't. Oh, value dot format. So I'm just changing mechanism here. I don't think I'm changing anything useful. All right. Hello B, array 10 of number. Okay. I mean, we're not going to keep that. Okay. Now, where did that sheet article go? I suppose they're just in those bubbles like that. All right. I think we're not going to care about that stuff. All right. So I think what I want to do well, I want to print out the values of the array. Okay, so wow. Well, it's going to have to be some sort of for each. I'm not sure the best way to get my from one side to the other, the index side to the real values. I mean, well, what I'm thinking is I kind of like something like this. A dollar sub 0 equals hello. A dollar sub 1 equals world. A dollar sub 10 equals Monday, and so on. So if this were an array of 1 comma 1, then it would have values from 0 to 1 comma 1, and I'd like to see them all just listed out. be something. I know the dimensions. I know the array of values just has one big array of a flat array of values. And, you take the first index times the size of the second index plus the second index and gets you the value. And if there's 4 indexes, you keep going down that path. So that's definitely more than we will do in 3 minutes. So I think what we'll do, I'm going to at least dump the values out. I think we can do that much for each. And then I'm trying to find the other one that was kind of like that. I mean, yeah, kind of like these for each off sum list, ID off of key. That ID is not really going to do it, is it? I just don't know what to do it. We'll get there. Well, yeah. I mean, we know it's an array, but nothing in here tells us it's really an array. So we don't even have that to go on. All right. Well, we'll pick up there next time. I don't know. I may just say like we've done enough for arrays for visualization for now. It's definitely not off my list. Okay, so we've done that part. And the question is, should we keep going? And I don't know. We've done the stop command. That was yesterday. On go sub data read restore. Those are all useful. There's a bunch of places where I'm not happy with the breakdown of what's in a file and stuff like that. So I may want to do some stuff on that. Mostly around testing, but we'll see. It'll either be testing or maybe go on to input. I think that's probably the next priority. On go sub is relatively new, and I don't think I have a lot of code using it either, but let's pull these together. Okay. And then we got some kind of aesthetic things. Scroll to bottom doesn't work. Token elixir, that's more of a refactoring kind of thing. I don't know if we care about those parser errors. We could do better on the parser errors again. Interpreter.format for arrays. Oh, we did that. Okay, and these parameterized tests. I think, yeah, we're kind of getting to the end of the interpreter, and so I think these more usability oriented things around the REPL may become more and more important. Yeah, so we will pick up there next time. Next time is tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. I guess morning for me, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, U.S. to 12:30 p.m. or 3 to 5:30 p.m. UTC. Thanks for joining today. Hope I can catch you in the future, and if not, have a good night anyways, and take care. Bye-bye.